Swift Conqueror 570, just going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. Front of the van, you've got your jockey wheel, hitch and handbrake. We'll demonstrate these to you in person here on site. In the front locker, you've got your two gas bottle tie downs and your gas regulator on the bulkhead. The pipe work coming down to the bottle will be fitted by the time you leave, and so will the gas bottle. You can carry a maximum of two 6kg propane gas bottles on board the van at any point. We've then got our Aldi heating and hot water flue, very simply there to allow the heating system to breathe. Then down the bottom, you have your wind down leg on either side at the front to stabilise the caravan. They're only there for stabilising, not lifting the van. Then got a barbecue point on this side of the van. If you speak to Colin, who runs our shop, he'll be able to advise of where to get one of those from. The barbecue connection, that is. So on this particular caravan, you've got two ways of running the water system. You've got an onboard water storage tank that you fill by this top connection. And then you've got your hot water system, which you fill by this bottom connection. Either way you connect this pump, you need to push down the blue trigger and pull it out, and then push it in and lock the pump in place. And then you've got your pickup pipe that drops down inside the aqua roll. So like I said, if you're filling the onboard tank, you'd connect to the top. If you're filling the water system, the hot water system, then you'd connect it to the bottom. You've then got your battery locker on the side of the van with your 100 amp leisure battery and your mains power lead coming into the side of the caravan. You can always connect the power to the caravan, then turn the power on at the post once you've connected everything up. You've then got your two fridge vents. Two fridge vents are very simply there to allow the hot air at the back of the fridge unit and to take some cool air in. Then behind the flue on the top right hand side, you have the cover for when you're running the gas flue cover on this side. You leave this in place, you never remove it, but essentially that's just a gas flue for the fridge itself. Then got the motor mover and wheel nuts. We'll demonstrate the motor mover to you here on site, and we'll also torque the wheel nuts to the correct setting. Coming a little bit further down the side of the van, you've got your two grey waste pipes. Two grey waste pipes are very simply there to allow the waste water out the side of the van. And the two bits of grey pipe go into the larger diameter holes, then drop down inside the waste master that comes as part of your super startup pack. Going further down the side of the van, you've got your toilet flush tank. You'll open up this flap here, and you'll put 3.5 litres of water in here and a cap full of the pink fluid, and that's so the toilet system can flush. In the bottom, you've got the toilet waste cassette here. You pull up the orange handle to release it from the side of the van. You've got the orange neck that turns out 90 degrees to tip the waste away. And on the back of the cassette, you've got an orange pressure relief button, so when you're tipping the waste away, it doesn't spit and splatter back at you. In this cassette, you'll need to put 1 litre of water and a cap full of the blue fluid prior to use. On the back of the van on the other side, you've got your two wind down legs again. Storage locker for underneath the bed at the rear of the van. 3-pin socket so you can have power out to your awning, and a storage locker for underneath the front seating area, and the last wind down leg. Going on to the inside of the caravan now. Above the door, you've got your main control panel, so you turn the power on by pressing the power button. Indicators here are illuminated green to let you know you've got power coming from the power post to the caravan, and if you connect it to the car, you'll have an orange light on the car. You've got your view level, battery level. So you press the central button here. You can also do it on the view levels button, and you can also do the same for the vehicle battery when you connect it to the car. If you've got all three of these lights lit up, then you need to make sure you disconnect the power from the post on site or the car itself. They've got your fresh water level for the onboard water tank onboard the van, and I'll show you how to fill both of these in a second. First thing I'd advise you do is make sure you've got all of your mains power turned on. So underneath the cabinet, up top here, you'll find your 240 trip switches. So you're going to need to make sure all of your trip switches are in the up position. If you're on a site where you've got mains power coming to the caravan, hit the test switch here, and if this switch drops down, it means there is mains power coming into the caravan. If it stays in the upright position, it means there is no mains power coming into the caravan. You've then got your system shut down here, so when this button's out, it means all of the power inside the caravan is turned off. You've then got your charger switch, which needs to be the button needs to be pushed in, so it's green. Heating and hot water switch needs to be orange for the heating and hot water to work. Then down the bottom, you have a spare fuse for any other accessories on board the van. Down the bottom here, you have your 12 volt fuses when you're running the van on 12 volt. And in the manual, or in the back of the cupboard here, shall I say, there is a list of what each of the 12 volt and 240 trip switches are for. Once you've got all your power turned on, and you know it's turned on, you can come underneath the cabinet on the front right hand side of the caravan. And underneath here, you'll find several valves. So you've got the yellow valve here, and also this white valve just here. So if you want to fill the internal water tank, which is this big black tank that you see here, which is the onboard water storage tank, you're going to need to put the white valve into the down position, have both of these yellow valves flat with the floor, and then you're going to need to have the water pump on the outside of the van connected to the top connection. Once you've done that, you open all the taps up on the hot side of the water system. You all notice I've already filled the system. But then you're going to go fill tank. So you turn on the fill tank option and the water system will start filling up from that Aquaroll on the outside. If you want to fill the hot water tank, which is just the hot water system direct from the Aquaroll to the water system on board the van, you can have that white valve in the right hand position and the two yellow valves in the same position as what they are now. Just so you know, if them two yellow valves are upright, then that will drain the water system down completely. So it will drain all the water out of the system onto the floor underneath the van. So once them yellow valves are flat with the floor and you've got the valve pointing towards the right and your water pump connected to the bottom connection, you can fill up that hot water tank. And again, you do it in a very similar way. All the taps open on the hot side and then come over to your water pump. Then what you do is hit the water pump, light will go green and the water system will start running. Once you have water running out of every tap continuously on board the caravan, you can shut all of the taps back off and then you can start thinking about warming the water on board the van. So that's where this silver control panel comes in just here. You press the power button and it will turn the control panel on for your heating and hot water. You always turn this control panel off before turning the main power off. You hit the menu button. At the top here, you've got your room temperature. You've got minus or plus to set your heating. I'm just going to turn it all the way off today, so I don't think you'll want that on when you come into the van. So off is essentially 5 degrees. Below that, you have your hot water temperature. So you've got hot water on when this bar is halfway full, and when it's completely full, you've got hot water boost. Below that, you've got the amount of power coming into the caravan from the caravan site you're on. So you've got either 1, 2, or 3 kilowatts of power you can run the heating and hot water on. It does depend on what caravan site you're on to what you would set this to. If you're not sure, ask the site office when you arrive on your holiday and they will be able to advise you. At the bottom here, you've got your gas on or off. So you can have the gas on to run the water system, to heat the caravan up and to heat the water. And also you can run it as a combination with the gas and the electric at the same time. If it fails to ignite on gas, it's going to come up with gas fail at the bottom of the screen with 2 exclamation marks at either end. Next up, we're going to go to your fridge. Now the fridge is very simple to use. You've got a power button on the front here. Turn the power on. When it lights up blue behind the plug symbol, it means the fridge is running on 240 volt, and you can control the temperature of the fridge on the button on the right hand side here. The more bars you have lit up, the colder the fridge will be. You've then got your option to run gas. So if you're off grid, for instance, you turn the fridge on, hit the gas button and it will self-ignite on gas. If it fails to ignite on gas, it's going to flash the red light just here, and it's also going to flash the blue flame symbol. You can also run the fridge on 12 volt when you are towing down the road. Now it is only a towing option to chill the fridge. So essentially it is just a cool box mode. So once you connect to the car, come inside, turn the fridge on, have the top control panel above the door turned off. Select the 12 volt mode, and if you have the right connection on the back of your car or it is wired up correctly, the fridge will operate as a cool box like I said. On mains or gas, you control the temperature of the fridge on this button on the right hand side. Microwave and the electric hob will only work if you're on 240 volt mains, but the microwave does work like your standard household microwave. Do remove the plate from inside of it before you travel down the road. The rest of the hob, grill and oven is all gas, as you'd expect it to be, the same as a household appliance. Then coming into the bathroom at the back of the van, you have your toilet system. On the toilet, it's an electric flush on top. You then have a toilet full indicator light that illuminates red when the toilet waste cassette is completely full. You have a flap here, flap in the centre there that you can see open and closes. Now when you remove the toilet waste cassette from in the side of the van, you do need to make sure this grey handle is in the central position. And when you're using the toilet, it needs to be over in the right hand position. The toilet seat itself actually turns for convenience, as you can see. However, again, when you are removing that toilet waste cassette from underneath the van, it does need to be in the straight on position. One thing to note, if you're going to have young ones in the van, please be aware the tail rail does hold a lot of heat if you've had the heating on. So just, like I said, just do bear that in mind so no children burn their hands. So this is a Swift Conqueror 570. If you have any further questions on the caravan, please don't hesitate to give us a call here at the Caravan Company and we'll be more than happy to help. We appreciate your business and we look forward to seeing you here on site soon. Thanks again. Bye bye.